Feeling constantly tired, wired, and stuck in a cycle of stress? These 9 natural tricks can lower cortisol fast and help you feel calmer, lighter, and more in control. In today's video, you're going to discover 9 natural tricks that target high cortisol, the hidden reason behind stress, weight gain, and low energy. By using these tricks, you'll be able to calm your mind, recharge your body, and finally take back control of your health. Let's get started. Number 1. Prioritize quality sleep. Let's be honest. Sleep is usually the first thing we sacrifice when life gets busy. Late nights scrolling on your phone, binge watching, or staying up to finish work. It all chips away at your rest. Studies show that even just one night of inadequate sleep can spike cortisol the next morning. And when this becomes a pattern, your body stays in a constant state of stress. That's why people who sleep less than 6 hours regularly often report more belly fat, cravings, and mood swings. To fix this, start with simple changes. Create a wind-down routine. Keep your room dark and cool, and avoid screens at least an hour before bed. Even adding 30 extra minutes of sleep per night can dramatically lower cortisol over time. Think of sleep as your body's natural reset button. It's free, it's powerful, and it's the most underrated fat-burning trick you'll ever use. Number 2. Get sunlight and balance your circadian rhythm. Your body runs on a clock called the circadian rhythm, and light exposure is what keeps it in sync. When this rhythm is off, like staying indoors all day or staring at screens late into the night, your cortisol rhythm also gets disrupted. Normally, cortisol peaks in the morning to wake you up and dips at night to help you sleep. But without proper light cues, that pattern gets messy, leaving you wired at night and groggy in the morning. A study from the University of Colorado found that spending just a weekend camping with natural light exposure and no artificial screens completely reset cortisol rhythms. That's how powerful sunlight is. You don't have to go camping to get the benefits. Aim for at least 20 minutes of natural sunlight in the morning. Open your blinds as soon as you wake up or take a short walk outside. In the evening, dim your lights and avoid blue light-heavy screens. This simple habit helps your body regulate cortisol naturally, improves sleep, and keeps your metabolism humming. Number 3. Breathe like your life depends on it. We all breathe, but how often do you actually pay attention to your breath? Shallow, fast breathing signals your body to stay in fight or flight mode, which keeps cortisol levels elevated. On the flip side, slow, deep belly breathing tells your nervous system, it's okay, you're safe, calm down. One fascinating study found that just 5 minutes of deep breathing exercises significantly reduced cortisol. 5 minutes! That's shorter than scrolling through Instagram reels. Here's a simple method you can try. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale slowly for 6, and repeat. Do this anytime you feel stressed, before meals, or even while lying in bed. Think of it like flipping a switch that shifts your body from stress mode into healing mode. And when your cortisol drops, your body is far less likely to cling to fat, especially around the belly. Number 4. Eat the right foods at the right time. Food isn't just fuel, it's chemistry. And certain foods can either calm your stress response or make it worse. For example, highly processed foods, refined sugar, and too much caffeine all keep cortisol high. That's why stress-eating chips or reaching for a third coffee actually backfires. It leaves you more anxious and hungrier later. On the other hand, whole foods like leafy greens, fatty fish, berries, and nuts are loaded with antioxidants, omega-3s, and magnesium, all of which help regulate cortisol. Magnesium especially is like nature's chill pill. It relaxes your muscles, improves sleep, and balances stress hormones. Timing also matters. Skipping meals can send your body into survival mode, spiking cortisol because your brain thinks you're starving. Instead, aim for balanced meals with protein, healthy fats, and fiber every 3-4 hours. This keeps blood sugar steady, and when your blood sugar is steady, your cortisol doesn't go haywire. Think salmon with quinoa and broccoli or Greek yogurt with berries and nuts. Your body and waistline will thank you. Number 5. Move your body, but don't overdo it. Exercise is a double-edged sword when it comes to cortisol. On one hand, regular movement lowers stress and boosts feel-good hormones like endorphins. On the other hand, pushing yourself too hard with endless cardio or intense workouts without recovery can actually raise cortisol. Studies suggest that moderate exercise, like brisk walking, cycling, or strength training 3-5 times a week, helps lower baseline cortisol. Gentle activities like yoga, stretching, or even dancing in your living room are especially effective for stress relief. If you're constantly exhausted, instead of hitting the gym for a punishing session, try a 20-minute walk outside. Nature itself has a calming effect that reduces cortisol. Think of exercise not as punishment for your body, but as medicine for your mind. Move enough to sweat, but not so much that you feel wrecked. Balance is the name of the game. Number 6. Practice mindfulness and meditation. You've probably heard of mindfulness before, but here's why it works for cortisol. When you focus on the present moment instead of worrying about the past or future, your brain stops sending danger signals that trigger stress hormones. Meditation doesn't have to mean sitting cross-legged on a mountain. It can be as simple as spending 10 minutes quietly observing your breath, or using an app that guides you. Research shows that people who meditate regularly not only report less stress, but also have lower cortisol levels in their bloodstream. Over time, mindfulness literally rewires your brain to handle stress better. And when stress no longer runs the show, losing weight and keeping it off becomes so much easier. Number 7. Add adaptogenic herbs. Nature has its own stress busters, and they're called adaptogens. These are herbs and plants that help your body adapt to stress and balance hormones like cortisol. Some of the most studied are ashwagandha, rhodiola, and holy basil. Ashwagandha in particular has been shown in multiple studies to lower cortisol significantly. One trial published in the Indian Journal of Psychological Medicine found that people who took ashwagandha daily had a 30% reduction in cortisol compared to a placebo group. That's a massive drop, and it also came with better sleep and less anxiety. You can find adaptogens as teas, capsules, or powders you add to smoothies. The key is consistency. They work best when taken regularly, not just during stressful moments. Think of them as long-term allies in helping your body stay calm and resilient. While they're not a magic pill, when combined with lifestyle changes, they're a powerful support system for both stress relief and weight loss. Number 8. Stay hydrated. Here's something many people overlook. Even mild dehydration is enough to raise cortisol. When your body doesn't have enough water, it perceives that as a form of stress. Think about it. Your body is 60% water, so being low on it makes every function harder, from digestion to circulation to focus. Research shows that when people are just 1-2% dehydrated, their cortisol levels rise. That might not sound like much, but it's the equivalent of being slightly thirsty. Add that up throughout the day, and your body stays in a stressed out state without you even realizing why. To fix this, aim for at least 8 cups of water daily, and more if you're active or live in a hot climate. Add slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint to make it more refreshing. Herbal teas also count. The key is consistency. Don't wait until you're parched. When your cells are hydrated, your body doesn't need to send stress signals to conserve resources, and your cortisol naturally stays lower. Number 9. Practice gratitude daily. Here's a mindset shift that's surprisingly powerful. Gratitude. When you focus on what's going right instead of what's wrong, your brain shifts out of stress mode. Gratitude activates brain regions linked to dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals, which in turn lowers cortisol. One study from the University of California found that people who kept a daily gratitude journal not only felt happier, but also had lower cortisol levels and better heart health. That's right. Writing down just 3 things you're thankful for can physically change your stress hormones. The key is to make it a habit. Each morning or evening, jot down a few things, big or small, that you appreciate. It could be as simple as a good cup of coffee, a text from a friend, or having a roof over your head. Gratitude trains your mind to focus less on stress and more on abundance, which helps your body relax. And when your body relaxes, it stops clinging to fat as if it's in survival mode. That's the life you deserve, and it starts with these simple but powerful habits. Subscribe now for more daily healthy tips.